After I remove your clothes, I'll handcuff you to the bed. First your arms, then your legs. You'll be totally helpless, completely at my mercy. I'll do things to you you've never dreamed of, things I've never dreamed of. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll call my girlfriends and we'll go out for a couple of drinks. We'll come back a few hours later, a little tipsy, stumble into the bedroom. You'll be lying there, vulnerable, naked, excited.
What's wrong?
I don't know. Are we crossing a line here? I mean, it seems like we're getting away from the premise of the show. Information about sex in an entertaining and straightforward way.
Trust me, that was entertaining. I don't think I've ever been more entertained.
Okay, you're probably right.
So, listen, while we're on such a great mood, have you given any more thought to our future?
I thought we agreed we weren't going to talk about this.
No, you agreed. I don't understand something. Your show is called Straight Talk with Taylor, but when I ask you a question, you can't give me a straight answer.
Look, I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Okay, fine.
Jeffrey, don't leave.
Obviously, you can do this without me. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I love the scent of a sweaty woman in the morning.
Very funny. Don't even try and pretend that you're not worried about the departmental recertification test.
Why should I be worried? I still fit in the same suit I wore to my senior prom.
I saw those pictures, Tom. You were overweight at your senior prom.
You've obviously never heard the story of the tortoise and the hare.
And is that the one where the tortoise eats the donut?
Actually, Cash, you wish you could think like me.
Oh, yeah, right.
Come on, we're not wired the same. I realize that this is a pass-fail deal. You only have to get above a certain score. It doesn't matter how high you get.
So you're just going to do the minimum necessary to get by?
Exactly.
Okay. Go on. Try and take my gun.
I'm not taking your gun from you.
No, come on. It's part of the test. Disarmament a criminal.
Cassie, if I was a criminal and you were pointing a gun at me, I'd give up.
I want to know that the minimum amount you're putting out is enough to protect me, your partner. Now try and take my gun.
I'm not trying to take your gun.
Bang! You're dead.
I wasn't even trying. You think I was trying?
Yes, you were. You were trying.
Cassie, if I was trying, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
You're right.
That hurt me. Let's do it again.
No, I don't want to. I want to go take a shower.
Let's do it again. Come on, I want to take your gun.
You want to try and take my gun? Okay, fine.
Come on, Tommy, put her down, baby. Take her piece.
What the hell is going on here? Huh? Why can't you two just yell at each other like regular partners do? Why does there have to be gunplay involved?
Harry. You think this is real?
No, this isn't real. We're practicing for that test. Really.
Yeah. Well, we got a homicide over at WHZU Studios. Taylor Reynolds. She was the host of a cable TV sex talk show.
What happened to your arm?
What? No, this is just barbecue sauce. I've been experimenting. For the annual cook-off at the police picnic. Don't you two have a murder to solve? Go, go!
How's it going?
It's like a fingerprint convention in here. It's not enough that everyone who works here uses this place. They also rent it out. How about you?
Better. Entry after hours requires an electronic key card, which automatically logs onto a computer. We'll get a printout as soon as their computer department can figure out how to print one out.
Well, I'm guessing she knew the shooter. 4 shots, close range, no sign of a struggle. Based on the position of the body, I'd say she never even got out of her chair.
Maybe she didn't see who it was. She didn't hear him come in. Maybe she did. We should check with the producer, Jeffrey Ventnor. He was the last one to see her alive.
Okay.
Listen, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to stay behind the yellow tape.
But I work here. I have to see Taylor. She's my boss.
Taylor Reynolds?
Is she okay? Nothing's happened, has it?
You know, I think you should talk to somebody from the station.
I'd hate to have to rely on Chuck Hoffman for compassion.
What's the problem with Chuck?
He's the one with the problem. I finished ahead of him at the academy. I made sergeant and he didn't. And his ego can't handle it. And on top of all that, he thinks he's God's gift to women.
I hate that.
We were editing the show, and it was 10:30 maybe, and I left, and she finished editing, and that was the last time I saw her.
She was the host, right?
Yeah.
And she also edited the show?
Well, normally we both did, but last night I was tired, so she finished it, and I went home and went to bed.
What was the show about?
This particular episode was called Talk Dirty to Me.
Do you know anyone who might have wanted to kill Taylor?
I asked myself that question, and just made me realize that there weren't many people in Taylor's life period. A few friends that I know of, and no family at all.
None.
The show was essentially her life, outside of me and Molly.
Molly.
Her assistant?
She tall, blonde, pretty?
That's right. How'd you know?
Saw her in the hallway. Any angry letters from viewers? Phone calls, people hanging around the parking lot?
We got the usual crank calls, letters scribbled in crayon. I have a file here. I had the weirder ones assessed by a security expert. That's corporate policy. But for the most part, they were harmless. You can take that if you want.
Thank you. So, what'll happen to your show now?
I don't know. I'm gonna try like hell to keep it on the air, though. Taylor made it special, but the format's fresh. The show is really beginning to pop. Hell, we even had some network interest.
Jeffrey, oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. You all right?
Yeah.
This is Sergeant Ryan and Sergeant St. John. They're working on the case.
Sorry about Taylor.
I just can't imagine who would do something like this. I mean, it must have been a mistake.
What makes you think that?
Because everybody who met her liked her. I know she didn't have many friends outside of work, and she never had any problem with her patients.
Patience. She had patience.
She had a PhD in psychology. She had a small practice that she ran out of her house.
believe some of these tapes. Toys. Think she's talking about a slinky?
Maybe a slip and slide. In her whole house, she's got like 2 photos, and they both were taken at work. It's hard to believe.
Then don't believe it.
Diagnosis hypophilia. Personal problems?
I never knew sex was so complicated. Figured I was home free once I knew what went where and why.
Yeah, I know.
You know what?
But your approach to sex is pretty straightforward.
Well, you never seemed to complain when we were married.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just stating a fact.
Yeah, you're stating a fact like you had a problem. Did you have a problem with it?
Well,
Really? Why didn't you say something?
I did. I tried. It's not the easiest thing to talk about.
When did you try?
Tom, do we have to?
No, I'm just saying that maybe you said something, I missed it. Just communication skills thing. You know, we're partners, come on.
Okay. Do you remember the time after Maggie's party and we were taking a bath together?
Yeah?
Okay, and I was talking about chocolate syrup. And you brought me ice cream.
Yeah? What, you wanted me? Chocolate syrup?
Different strokes. Oh, gee, something's blooming.
Menderal. That's for stress.
How would you know that?
We were married once, remember?
Tom, check this out. These are bank statements from her personal account. Every month there was a $500 deposit in cash.
Well, she had a lot of clients with embarrassing problems. Maybe she was trying to blackmail one of them.
Unless bank records can somehow narrow down the source.
Yeah, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Aside from the chocolate syrup, was there anything else that I missed?
Oh, nothing. That's it. Can we drop it?
It's just horrible. Taylor was such a good person.
How long have you been a patient?
About a year. I saw her show, and I felt she really understood sexuality and people. She was a good listener, like you.
Well, did you know anybody, maybe another one of her patients, who might want to kill her?
No.
Don't worry about it. I can still fit into my suit I wore to my senior prom.
Can a guy get a little exercise, please?
Why don't you just admit you're worried about the test?
Because I'm not. Just come here to bust my chops?
Oh, no. That's an added benefit. Forensics ran Taylor Reynolds' prints to try and help us find something with the next of kin notification.
And?
It seems Taylor Reynolds died in 1968 in Chicago at the age of 18 months. Her ID was phony.
So if her name's not Taylor Reynolds, who is she?
Good question.
Hi, this is Sergeant Ryan. We have a couple of questions we'd like to ask you. Give us a call. We'd appreciate it.
Who's that?
Answering machine. I put in a call to Taylor's secretary. Thought she might be able to shed some light on the name thing. It's in the folder.
I got the info on the bank deposits. They were all money orders, and they were all purchased at the same grocery store in Aurora, Illinois.
Aurora? Why does that name sound so familiar?
It's outside of Chicago.
Wayne's World. Wayne's World. That's where they broadcast that cable show from. This is Channel 10, public access, Aurora, Illinois.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that?
Oh, you didn't like Wayne's World?
No. I've always liked movies where boys rape women by the size of their erections.
What did we ever talk about?
Work. Which brings us to work. Taylor Reynolds. Check with the DMV. Florida driver's license was issued about 10 years ago.
So what happened in Taylor's life 10 years ago that made her want to change her identity?
And is it related to her death?
I think I might know a woman that can fill in the blanks.
Good morning. Hope we're not interrupting.
Not now. About 5 minutes earlier, and you would have heard the sound of one hand typing. Know what I mean?
I don't think I want to go there.
Play hard to get with me, Thomas. You know how that excites me. So, you two making after-hours mattress music again?
Nope. He's all yours. Totally free, no strings attached, available and willing.
Okay. I think she's got the point. Arnie, you once told me that if I gave you a social security number, you could tell me anything I needed to know about that person.
How else would I know your cable bill's overdue?
It is?
Was.
We were trying to do a next of kin notification on the murder victim, but when we ran her prints, it kicked out that it was a phony ID.
Let me guess, the real person died when they were young, probably under 5. It's amazing. I could create a phony identity with a box of Cheerios and a pitching wedge. Anytime you want to run away with me, just say the word, no one will ever find us. Unless, of course, they have the ability to track down the happiest woman in the world.
We've got a social security number.
I know. I wrote it off the folder upside down. I already entered it into the computer. This is your latest phone bill. It's a good place to start if you're looking for the next of kin.
Is all this legal?
Do you really want to know?
So this is your latest phone bill.
Don't. Stop that.
What'd I do?
Just don't do that.
What'd I do?
Can you access the prior month? Tom, look, Aurora, Illinois. That's where the money orders were sent from. Can you find out who?
Harriet Cooper, 3051 Rosewood Court.
My guess is that Harriet Cooper is the key to finding out who Taylor Reynolds really is.
I can get her driver's license picture from the Illinois DMV, but that'll take a while. Why don't you stop back by, say, 11-ish?
I think we've got enough to start with.
Suit yourself. I'll run it anyway.
Hey, aren't you worried about the new physical testing requirements?
Oh, really?
So, how do you want your no? Fast or slow?
Harry, I'm not even going to stay overnight. I'm going to take the next plane up there, talk to Harriet Cooper, find out who our Jane Doe is, see if her identity figures into the murder, and then I'm on the next flight out.
He wants to fly on a jet. Do you know what kind of hoops I gotta jump through just to get a dozen pencils here? Huh? I gotta fill out a supply requisition in triplicate. 1 copy to supply, 1 for accounting, and 1 for the files. Then we get into the approval process.
It's the only lead we have.
Plus the fact I'm dealing with a 15% budget cut. I'm getting hammered here.
Harry, there's got to be deals to Chicago.
Chicago?
Chicago.
Okay. We can make that work. I'll try to limit the paperwork to 2 volumes. You're going. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Nothing else.
You can go. Let me talk to you for just 1 second, all right? Before you go. Close the door. How well do you know Chicago?
Been there a couple times.
I want you to do me a favor. There's a rib joint on the south side, Johnny Romano's. They got ribs God couldn't improve on. I want you to bring me back 3 dozen of the original, not the St. Paul. What?
Wait a second.
Yeah, what?
Wait, you're not gonna cheat, are you? You're gonna buy store-bought ribs for the contest?
Do you want to listen to those bozos from Boca when they win for the 4th year in a row?
All right. 2 dozen original.
3 dozen original, not St. Paul's, original.
3 dozen original.
Maybe you should write it down.
No, I got it. I'll remember.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. All right, go.
What was that about?
Ribs.
Here they are.
Thanks, Chuck. I got your message. You said you had some questions you wanted to ask me.
You didn't have to come down here.
Oh, that's all right. I had some errands I had to run anyway.
Listen, Tom, still gonna do the obstacle course this afternoon?
Well, I've got to go to Chicago. I'll see you when I get back.
Listen, I'll see you later, okay?
Thanks. Bye. He's cute.
Do you like the Cro-Magnon type?
I do.
Oh, boy. Do you mind doing this over lunch? I'm starving.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Great. I'll have the tofu in a pita pocket with sprouts and a smoothie.
I'll just have the vegetarian salad.
If you want, we can go someplace else.
Oh, no, this is fine. Besides, I have this theory that if you eat one really healthy meal, you can have like 5 greasy hamburgers.
Oh, I like that theory. Unfortunately, I'm trying to get in shape for this physical test. The department's giving...
Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Allergies?
Mm-hmm.
So, how's the investigation going?
How well did you know Taylor?
We were close. Well, I only worked with her for about a month, but in that month, I got to know her real well.
Did you know she was taking prescription pills for stress?
It doesn't surprise me. The contract negotiations were hell.
Contract negotiations.
And with Jeffrey. The show was really starting to catch on. Anyway, Jeffrey was pushing Taylor to sign a long-term contract with him.
He didn't have a contract with her.
Oh, he did, but that was for the cable show. If she made a deal to do a network show, then she wouldn't necessarily have to use him as her producer. Anyway, I think that's why he was pushing her so hard.
Sarah was the best granddaughter a person could ask for. That was her real name, Sarah Cooper.
Why did she change her name? I'm sorry. I know how difficult this must be for you.
I did the best that I could raising Sarah. She had her wild side. She got that from her father. During her freshman year at college, she got involved with a young man named Cullen O'Malley. They met at some local college bar. And they were on their way to an after-hours club when he asked her to stop at an ATM so he could get some money. And while Sarah waited in the car, O'Malley robbed a customer. There was a scuffle. O'Malley shot and killed him. Sarah was horrified. She turned O'Malley in. She changed her identity and disappeared.
Did O'Malley ever threaten to get even with her?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think he even knew that she was the one that turned him in. Besides, Cullen O'Malley was killed in prison 2 years later. He couldn't have had anything to do with it.
Why did she run? She didn't do anything wrong.
Because she was scared, confused, wanted a fresh start. So she moved to Florida and went back to school.
And you began to send her $500 a month to help with her expenses. Why would you continue to send her the money after she became successful?
Well, you can't take it with you, can you?
Oh, true.
What's wrong?
This picture, this is Jeffrey Ventnor.
He was a nice boy.
You met him?
Well, he visited a few times with Sarah. Didn't he tell you that?
No, he didn't tell me that. In fact, he told me he'd never met you.
Story checks out with the Chicago PD. Cullen O'Malley was arrested on a phone tip.
Are you listening?
I was just reviewing the psychological profile test.
If you came to a forest, would you A, want to chop down a tree, B, plant a tree, or C, write about the forest? C,
Forced is a situation, you assess the situation.
No. Hey, the forced is a situation. They want you to act.
Don't say I didn't tell you so.
So O'Malley was convicted, sentenced, and killed in prison 2 years later.
I thought for sure O'Malley had something to do with Taylor's death. Till I found out he was dead. Which brings us to Jeffrey Ventnor. He lied about Taylor having any family.
Yeah, and he neglected to tell us about his contract negotiations with Taylor, which gives him motive.
He was also the last one to see Taylor alive, which gives him opportunity. So I would say that we pay Jeffrey another little visit.
Let's do this in the morning, okay? He'll be there tomorrow.
Let's go tonight.
Tom, it's 1 in the morning. And besides, my biorhythm clock says that I need to be in bed, asleep, in 23 minutes. And then I need to stay asleep for 7 hours and 20 minutes. I'll see you in the morning. Good night.
I'm dying. I'm in heaven. Where's the sauce?
What's that?
The sauce, the barbecue sauce for the ribs.
You didn't say anything about sauce, eh?
You didn't get any sauce.
You didn't ask me to.
How could you get ribs without sauce?
But I don't eat ribs. I don't know. They get stuck in my teeth. Look, here's your change.
You really think wearing ankle weights is gonna help?
You do things your way, I do things mine. Do I criticize your methods?
Constantly.
Yeah, well, that's me.
I'm telling you, this won't be like last time.
Won't be like
no,
last
it will
time
not be
because
like
I
last
won't
time.
be doing it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, you fire me.
You can't be.
No, I'm not.
Look, I'm
no.
telling you, there's...
Who was that?
Oh, that was Susie Q. I mean, that's the name she goes by on TV. Her real name's Patty Corbin.
She looks an awful lot like Taylor.
Yeah, that's because she modeled herself after Taylor.
Patty Corbin's on the list of people who were in the building after hours on the night of the murder.
What were you two arguing about?
It's kind of personal. Despite Taylor's death, there's still some network interest in the show. So I asked Susie if she'd be interested in hosting.
You're looking for a replacement 1 day after Taylor's death.
Look, sometimes you only get one chance at the brass ring, okay? Doesn't change how I felt about Taylor.
I would think Susie Q would be happy with the offer.
Well, Susie and I have some history. I used to produce her show.
And what kind of show was that?
It was a cable show about, you know, sexual issues.
Like Taylor's show?
Yeah, it was Taylor's show. In fact, Taylor replaced Susie.
Are you saying Susie Q was fired and Taylor replaced her? Well, don't you think that's a significant fact in this investigation?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a cop.
Jeffrey, what else aren't you telling us?
Nothing. I've told you everything.
Does that include the fact that you know that Taylor's real name is Sarah Cooper and that her grandmother lives in Aurora?
I can explain that.
Maybe you should have an attorney present.
I don't need an attorney. I didn't kill Taylor.
But you lied to us.
Because I promised Taylor. Look, I didn't know that much, okay? She told me she got involved in something really stupid when she was 18, and that's all she said. She never went into any detail, but she made me swear on my life that I'd never tell anyone. That's it. I was Taylor's closest friend.
It's funny because this picture looks like you were a little more than close friends.
So we dated at one time, so what?
Where can we find Susie Q?
She's taping a sales presentation for her own new show. Soundstage is in the back.
I'm a queen in a pleasure palace with a whole harem of men. My lover's kept in a cage at the side of my bed and forced to watch as I make it with all of my servants. Fantasies. Fanciful, fantastically fabulous. Threesomes and then some. Exotic places. The great outdoors. The Mile High Club. The threat of being caught. This is a closed set. Cut the camera.
We'd like to ask you a few questions, please.
Okay, everybody take 5.
We're investigating the murder of Taylor Reynolds.
Okay.
What was your relationship like?
We didn't have one.
But you knew her.
Yeah, I knew her.
Where were you Tuesday night?
I was at home doing research on masturbation.
Really?
Was anybody with you?
Don't tell me you think I killed her.
This computer card printout of key card activity says you were in the building on the night of the murder after 10.
It says my card was there.
Meaning?
My purse was stolen 2 weeks ago. I filed a police report if you want to check on it. Now, if there's nothing else.
No, there's nothing else. Thanks.
It's awfully convenient to have your purse stolen like that.
Very. There's a basic instinct quality to it, doesn't it? What are you doing? Come on, that's not funny. Hey, come on, that's not funny. It's not.
Okay, I'll cancel that.
These are professional cuffs. They're not the usual leather padded kind you find with a quick release in the back of certain magazines.
How do you know about those?
Magazines are the cuffs.
Now, I never quite understood the kick some people got from bondage.
I guess it depends on if you're giving or receiving.
Not for me.
That's because you're repressed. If you weren't, you'd be open to new possibilities.
Bondage is sick.
Yeah, I know, but it's new. Bullet hole in the pillow. Huh. Blonde.
I wouldn't jump to conclusions. This guy was pretty active. There were 24 condoms in his top drawer.
Maybe it was the optimistic kind. You know, power of positive thinking and all that.
There was another box, empty, in the trash can.
Giorgio.
How do you do that?
It's a woman thing. You know, you see a Corvette a quarter mile away, you know what year it was and when it was last tuned. Well, I can do the same thing with perfume. Susie Q, where's Giorgio?
Whoa.
Messy room.
What the hell are you doing?
We're executing a search warrant. We've already searched your house.
You what?
Jeffrey Venter was murdered last night. Found blonde hair at the scene and traces of Giorgio perfume, which we also found at your house.
That's crazy. Why would I kill Jeffrey?
Cass.
I have no idea how the gun got there.
You were the only one that had a key to your dressing room.
That's not true, and you know it.
You had an argument with Jeffrey out in the parking lot.
He abandoned me when I needed him, and then came to me when he needed me.
You got angry. One thing led to another.
Don't try to twist my words around. I didn't kill Jeffrey. I told him to get lost.
Jeffrey said you and he dated.
Jeffrey dated everybody. Besides, it's ancient history.
Your perfume was all over his sheets.
You think I'm the only woman that wears Giorgio?
No. But I'll bet you're the only woman sleeping with Jeffrey who wears Giorgio.
I haven't been with Jeffrey in 2 years.
Look, Susie, why don't you just make this easy on yourself? We got you at the scene of the crime. You have no alibi. The murder weapon was in your dressing room. We're doing a DNA analysis on your hair.
You can do whatever you want. I'm innocent.
Boys, take her back to the holding cell, please.
You're gonna look really stupid when the truth comes out.
Won't be the first time.
What do you think?
Everything points to her.
Yeah, how come I get this feeling in my stomach that it's not right?
Maybe it's the tofu.
So how'd it go?
We laid out the facts. She denied them.
So all the angles are covered. I mean, you didn't forget anything?
I didn't forget anything. Case is ready for the DA.
What the hell was that all about?
Ribs.
So let's say Susie's telling the truth. Her purse was stolen by the real perp who uses her key card to get into her building, or Giorgio to leave a perfume trail, maybe some hair from her hairbrush, leave a perfect DNA match.
That's a smart plan.
But why kill Jeffrey? Totally unnecessary.
Maybe your Chicago trip spooked the perp.
How would the perp know I was going to Chicago?
Who knew besides you and me?
Harry? Marnie?
You told Chuck Hoffman you couldn't do the obstacle course because you were going to Chicago.
You're reaching.
Yeah? Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
You asked Tom if he wanted to do the obstacle course, and he told you he had to go to Chicago.
Yes, so what?
So you knew he was going to Chicago.
Gee, it's no wonder you made sergeant. What's wrong with your partner?
We believe the second victim was killed because the perp knew that I was going to Chicago.
They were tipped off. The only people who knew he was even going are right in this building.
Why would I care?
You tell me. Someone knew. They had to find out from you.
Cassie. In my office. Now. You want to tell me why you were about to accuse a fellow police officer of corruption?
Somebody tipped off the perp.
So naturally you point a finger at Chuck.
Well, it's not you, it's not me, it's not Tom or Marnie. That leaves Chuck. He brought Taylor's secretary, Molly, into the bullpen when Tom was leaving for Chicago.
What about this Molly?
What about her?
Well, have you checked her out?
She's clean. Lifetime Florida resident, no connection to Aurora, Illinois.
Now, if Taylor could fake an identity, why couldn't Molly?
There's no mistake about it. Her name's Kate O'Malley.
Colin O'Malley's little sister.
She was put in a foster home almost 10 years ago.
That would match up with when her brother went to prison.
There's a notation here from her caseworker referring to an abuse incident at the hand of one of her foster siblings.
So her big brother, who was providing for her, gets sent to prison. She goes into an abusive foster home. She blames Taylor for ruining her life, nurses a grudge until she can track her down, gets confirmation from Jeffrey during pillow talk, and then kills her. Wow.
You absolutely sure that Molly is Kate O'Malley and it's not just somebody putting this information in the computer?
Well, sure as you're standing here and I'm picturing what you look like naked.
Going somewhere?
Frightened me. I just have to get away for a while. It's just been so hard.
It's over, Kate. That's your real name, isn't it? Kate O'Malley, sister of Colin O'Malley?
Hey, don't even think about touching that gun. Just back away. Step back.
my family. She deserved to die.
Your brother destroyed your family when he killed that man at the ATM.
That was an accident.
You tell that to the children of the guy he killed.
Beat you in a physical.
Well, that's only because I was sneezing so hard that I missed the target on the obstacle course. And besides, I beat you in the verbal.
Didn't study.
Did you see Marty's scores?
Yeah. How could she do? How's that possible?
Who do you think codes the results? Next time, talk to me first. I could save you a lot of sweat that you could use somewhere else.
I'll see you. I gotta go eat some crow.
See.
Can I talk to you for a minute?
Why, somebody steal something?
Okay, I deserve that. I just wanted to apologize for what I said to you.
Fine.
No, I mean it. I would like to try and be friends.
Are you coming on to me?
What?
Look, it's really nothing personal, but, well, you're not my type.
Hey. We won. We won the barbecue contest. You beat Boca. And you didn't even use Johnny Romano's sauce. You used Harry Lipschitz sauce.
I had forensics analyze a dab of barbecue sauce from one of Romano's ribs. I just recreated their sauce.
Well, the important thing is you won. Cheated, but you won.